Hello, amazing soul. Welcome to Mindset Mastery, your sanctuary for transformation, abundance, and self empowerment. If you're ready to rewrite your story, shift your energy, and create a life you love, you're in the right place. What if I told you that every time you share your personal life, you're handing someone a weapon they could use against you? The people you trust today could be the ones who betray you tomorrow, and by the time you realize it, it's already too late. We live in a world where oversharing is the norm, where people post their deepest struggles, relationships, and dreams for everyone to see. But here's the hard truth. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Some will use your vulnerability against you. Some will judge you. Some will even sabotage you. Today, we're diving into 8 life-changing reasons why you must protect your personal life. Backed by psychology, experience, and undeniable wisdom, let's start with a hard truth. Most people are not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. That's not necessarily evil, it's just human nature. But here's where it gets dangerous, when you assume everyone has your best interests. At heart, you unknowingly give them power over your emotions, your reputation, and even your future. Think about the last time you confided in someone, maybe a coworker, a friend, or even a family member. Did they truly listen, or were they just waiting for their turn to speak? Worse, did they later use that information, subtly or outright, against you? Maybe they shared your private struggles as gossip, disguised as concern, or perhaps they weaponized your dreams, making you doubt yourself by saying, "Are you sure you can handle that?" Psychology backs this up. Studies on social behavior show that people often bond over shared negativity, meaning your vulnerabilities can become entertainment for others. Ever notice how some people seem excited when others fail? That's not coincidence. It's a subconscious way for them to feel better about their own lives. Your personal life is not public domain. The less people know, the less they can twist, judge, or sabotage. This isn't about paranoia. It's about strategic silence. Save your deepest truths for those who've earned the right to hear them, people who've proven, over time, that they can be trusted. Until then, protect your story like the priceless manuscript of your life. Have you ever noticed how the most respected people in the room are often the quietest? There's a reason for that. Mystery creates power. When you reveal too much, your struggles, your fears, even your goals, you unintentionally shrink the space between admiration and familiarity. And familiarity, over time, breeds indifference. Who commands more respect? The answer is obvious. It's not about being fake. It's about understanding the psychology of perception. Humans are wired to perceive. When you associate restraint with strength, when you don't explain yourself, people assume you don't need to. When you don't seek validation, they assume you already have it. This applies everywhere, in friendships, careers, even parenting. The mom who airs all her frustrations online loses credibility when she tries to give advice. The employee who overshares personal drama becomes the office gossip instead of the rising star. Authority isn't just about what you say, it's about what you don't say. The world doesn't need to know your battles to see your victories. Protect your narrative. Let them wonder how you do it. That's how legends are built. A world that constantly pressures you to broadcast every thought, every meal, and every emotion. Choosing privacy is nothing short of a revolutionary act. Think about it. When was the last time you truly kept something precious to yourself? Not out of shame or secrecy, but simply because it was too valuable to be diluted by outside opinions. That's the essence of real power. There's a profound psychological principle at play here. Information is influence. The moment you share details about your life, You're handing others the ability to shape your reality. They might offer unsolicited advice, project their own fears onto your plans, or worse, use what they know to manipulate situations in their favor. Ever noticed how people suddenly have strong opinions about your choices once you tell them? That's not concern, it's subconscious control. Consider this experiment. Next time you're about to make a big decision, tell two different groups, share every detail with Group A, but give Group B only the bare minimum. Watch how Group A's constant questioning and what ifs start seeding doubt, while Group B's lack of involvement leaves you space to think clearly. This isn't coincidence. It's proof that every shared detail becomes an open door for external energy to enter your mental space. The most successful people understand this intimately. They guard their creative processes, their relationship dynamics, and their health journeys like state secrets. Not because they have something to hide, but because they recognize that clarity grows in quiet soil. Your dreams don't need audiences, they need incubation. Your relationships don't need public scrutiny, they need protected intimacy. Start practicing this today. Before speaking, ask, does sharing this serve me or just satisfy someone's curiosity? You'll quickly realize most conversations don't require your personal details to be meaningful. The less people know, the more room you have to grow undisturbed. Remember, privacy isn't about isolation, it's about maintaining sovereignty over your inner world so you can build something extraordinary without the noise of outside expectation. There's an invisible chain that keeps many people trapped, and it's made of three dangerous words. What will they think? This fear of judgment, this desperate need for validation, is why so many stay stuck in unfulfilling jobs, toxic relationships, and lives that don't truly belong to them. But here's the liberating truth. The moment you stop outsourcing your self-worth is the moment you become unstoppable. Think back to your last vulnerable conversation. Did you walk away feeling empowered or anxiously waiting for their response? That's the difference between sharing for connection and sharing for approval. Psychologists call this external locus of control, where you give others the remote control to your emotional state. Every time you seek validation, you're essentially saying, "Here, you decide if I'm good enough." Now imagine the alternative. What if your sense of security came from within? What if you could celebrate your wins without needing someone else's applause, or process your pain without requiring someone else's pity? This isn't fantasy, it's emotional maturity. The people who thrive in chaos aren't heartless, they've simply learned to validate themselves first. True freedom isn't about having no feelings. It's about not being ruled by them. When you stop needing others to confirm your worth, you'll notice something miraculous. The right people start showing up, not to validate you, but to celebrate the unshakable person you've become. That's the sweet spot where real relationships begin and where your life finally becomes your own. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever regretted sharing too much? What's one thing you'll start keeping private? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a real conversation. Thank you.